Hey there, this is Scott, and today we're going to talk about enabling high availability for your YugabyteDB Anywhere installation. So, high availability is where you have an active node and you have a standby node of the platform or the YBA. So, YBA does command and control of the databases that are out there. So, if you were to lose your YBA, your databases will keep running because it just controls them and holds metadata about them, but your ability to do things, to monitor, to have backups running are impacted because those things run from the YBA. So it's best practice to set up your YBA and HA so you have a active, then you have a standby, so that if your active goes down, you can jump over to the standby and do everything off of your standby. So that's what we're going to do today. If you look at docs.yugabyte.com, you jump on to the YugabyteDB Anywhere section. You're going to do administer, enable high availability, and we're going to just kind of roll down this list right here to get it up and running. So I've got two instances out there. I've got my O1 and my O2. I have ingenious names, HA instance O1, HA instance O2. All right, so let's take a look here, and we do sudo YBA CTL status. We're up and running. Sudo YBA CTL status. And we're up and running over there. You get your Postgres, Prometheus, and the platform app. Now, if we take a look here, one of the things we want to know is what our internal IPs are, because I'm doing this, I'm accessing them via external IPs, and I'm going to want them to communicate on the internal network in order to set up the HA. I don't want that going out across the internet. That should be staying confined. All right. So what's it take to get this going? Essentially, we're going to run down this document that's here. I'm on my O1 node. I'm going to want that one to start off being the active one. So I'm going to use my internal address here of 0.17. Let's see if I can get that in my clipboard and paste it. Oh, nope, I didn't. I didn't get it in my clipboard. We'll try again. How about now? Did we get it? Yeah, there we go. All right, you can generate a key. So I've got my internal address. I've got my key. We're doing this over HTTPS. Right now, the default replication frequency is 1 minute. So I am packing up essentially taking a dump of the database. I'm moving that over to the other instance every minute. The Prometheus on the backside will be configured to replicate over directly. So that's not a part of the dump and push over to the other side. That should just keep happening on a constant basis. So this is how often I want to dump the database. Now, I would not recommend 1 minute for your production setup. Usually you aren't making changes that frequently, so every 5 to 10 minutes is probably sufficient. 1 minute is very useful when you are testing like we are right now. So, oh, I wiped out my key because I talked for too long. All right, let's try this again. We'll paste my stuff in here. We'll say create and stop gabbing. All right, so I have my primary active instance up and running at this point in time. So I need to go do my standby one. So we'll go over here and we're going to make a standby, and we need the address from the other system, which is this one here. We're going to grab that. We'll go out here. We'll paste that in here. Oh, we also need our key from the other one. So let's grab this key and we'll paste that key here also. All right, I'm going to create. All right, so we've got a standby instance that's up and running, and we've got our active instance. All right, so what we need to do at this point is go back to our active instance, and we're going to add an instance's configuration. So you can see it's waiting to connect to replicas. So we're going to add our friend over there at 019. So continue, and it's doing some sensing. It's reaching out. And we can see it's found it over on the other side there. So there we go. We've connected. Got my active instance. I've got my standby instance. And it's saying just a couple of seconds ago it did a backup. Should have piped it across. So if we look over on the other one at this point in time, take a look at our instance configuration, we can see, woohoo, we have our standby, which is this instance, and our primary right here. So we're replicating back and forth between the two at this point in time. So you can also see there's a little Prometheus icon here. So if you want to see how the metrics federation is going on, you can check that out from the Prometheus instance. All right, now we're up and running, and if we take a look here, it seems to be good. We're pushing stuff over. You also notice over here we have a make active button. So this is how we promote our standby to be the active system. And what it'll also do is if I hit this button right now, it will change the other node to be a standby at that point in time. So let's see here. I've been gabbing enough that maybe I've got a couple of backups. Yeah, see, I've got some backups here. So we're going to say promote. This is the 14th, so it's, you know, it's kind of a timely thing. Valentine's Day, I've got my red on. What's going on at this point in time? And we're making an HA pair, right? So we're making a pair. Ideally, they communicate well with each other. So we're promoting this system at this point in time. So what happens when I do that is it's going to tell the other one to not be the primary anymore. It's going to grab the backup and it's going to push the backup in to the configuration, overwrite the database with the backup information. So it takes a second in order for it to get all that information in and apply it. If we go look over here at this other system, should be able to refresh here. And you can see that it's been pushed to, well, we saw for just a second, it was pushed to the standby configuration. So now it's saying it's a standby. And you will notice if you're in standby, if I go here to like the dashboard of universes, it says, hey, you're the standby, you can't do this stuff, because you can only do that on the active system. So I'm going to need to log back into the active system here. Let's see if I can do it on the first shot here. Can I type it all in correctly? Let's see. It's trying to take me back to the replication page. And we'll see if it comes back up here. I don't think I typed my password correctly. Let me do this. Let me refresh this. We'll kick out of here. We'll do a refresh. All right. Yugabyte.com. All right. Yugabyte. There we go. All right. What we can see on this side right now is our one that was previously the standby is now active. We can see we are doing backups and shooting them across the wire over here to our other node. Look at our other node. We should be able to see, yep, this is telling me that currently this one is the standby and the other one's the active one. So I could go about my way doing my configuration over here at this point in time and run from here. And you can see all of this is enabled on this side at this point in time now. So there we go. That's setting up HA for Yugabyte Anywhere.